Morning everyone. It's the 18th of July 2020. I'm actually out in my garden. I'm really conscious of whether I'm looking like I'm smiling or whether I'm looking very sad. I've got some really weird emotions going on today. I'm actually not sad, but I am realising some amazing things, and I just wanted to pop on and do a bit of a video to explain to you why my transformation journey is still going on, why I'm still unpacking my feelings and my emotions, and why now I've realised by connecting to my own adventure that I can start to step into who I really am. So I'm in the garden. I'm in the garden of my parents' house. I'll just give you a little look round. There's a bit of a patio down here, and there you go, and up there. So interestingly, in the last couple of weeks, the fence that's over here on what's my left-hand side now is a new fence. And you're probably thinking, why the hell is she talking about a fence? Well, that fence was over 40 years old, and when we took it out the other week, there was loads of ivy and weeds. It was very broken. It was very just leaning in a very strange angle. It wasn't serving any purpose. It wasn't doing any good. It was looking ugly from the neighbour's perspective. It was just not doing the job, and it needs to come out. It was old. It needed to come out and be destroyed. And this is where I liken this to the memories of our lives, how we have things in our lives that just keep leaning in there, that keep kind of throttling us, that keep kind of having weeds and undergrowth all just tangled around them. And when you've got memories or things from your past that are still in there, that are very prominent, whether they're very kind of jagged and angular, or whether they're giving you quite an ugly view of life, then they need to be removed. They need to be removed and they need to be dealt with. Now, you know, excuse the aeroplane overhead. For me, the understanding now of dealing with my past, dealing with the hurt, dealing with the discomfort, and even more understanding what triggered me into a repeating pattern of having anxiety, definitely some periods of depression, and definitely periods of low mood. What also triggered me into anger was my past, and my past is not actually, compared to some, that destructive, but it's a past that has been built in my mind. It's a past that's been built in who I believed I was, and it's a past that I've needed to deal with. I needed to deal with it in order to get better. I needed to deal with it so that I could become who I'm meant to be. So I would just invite you to maybe start thinking about your past and how it truly, absolutely does shape you. How the things that you've done, how the people you've connected to, how the adventures that you've had are actually the result of where you are today and the path that you've taken. Now, I like to play with this concept of, if I lifted and shifted somebody into a different life today, what would that life be? You know, almost like that home swap or that holiday swap, or, you know, how different your life would be. So if you're sat here today and feeling kind of unhappy with your life, if you're feeling low, if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling unfulfilled, if you're feeling anxiety, then I want you to know that it is only your past, your feelings, your beliefs, your values that is stopping you from coming out of this state. And that was the biggest thing that I learned. It was just me. I was the only thing that was getting in my way for feeling so much better about myself. So look, I'm in this garden for a reason. This is the garden where it started. This is the garden where the memories are. This is the garden where things happened to me in my, I'm going to call it my sponge days, my theta brainwave stages, my hypnosis stages, when I was a little girl and I was just a sponge and I was just sapping stuff up. I was just learning and sapping stuff up and taking everything literally that was told to me by my parents, by my teachers, you know, and I also experienced trauma in this garden. I fell just down here by this wall here, and there was a post here. I actually fell and I smashed my front teeth out. And you know, fortunately I hadn't got my big teeth at the time, but I was gassed and by the dentist to get my teeth out because I was damaged in my mouth. But that event alone, that one event alone, triggered my amygdala, triggered my fight, flight or freeze response, and constantly riddled me with chronic, I'm going to use the word diarrhea, chronic panic, chronic anxiety every single time I went to the dentist, because that event alone wasn't in my control. The control was taken away from me, and at that time nobody helped me to understand, nobody reassured me, nobody helped me deal with that. It was just accepted. Oh, Tracy always gets a bad stomach when she goes to the dentist. Well, no, it wasn't dealt with, and nobody knew how to deal with it in those times. But I know how to deal with it, and I know how to deal with it with children now, and I know how as a parent how to deal with simple accidents and simple trauma with our children. So this is a very honest, heartfelt, almost looking jagged look this morning. But I am going on a new journey. I'm going on a new journey of connected adventure. And I would love some of you to be more connected to me, and I would love some of you even just to follow and to observe what I'm going to do, because I need to teach this stuff. I need to tell people how you can help people come over trauma, how we can all help each other come and get over trauma, and not let trauma, not let negativity, not let accidents, not let people's words, people's abuse, people's degrading comments take us down and imprint in us, and imprint in us to the point where they become us, where we believe that is who we are. So I'm going to go and drink my coffee. I didn't cry too much, which is really good, because I did feel a bit emotional a while ago, and I just can't believe how the answers are here. The answers are here all around me. I've got this beautiful opportunity being in this garden again, sorting my parents' house out, and this is where it started for me. This is where my childhood was. This is where I played with my friends. This is where I used to go out in the garden and play with my brothers. This is where I built my life. I started my life. But it isn't who I am today. And who I am today is someone who's brave, who is strong, who has got over the problems, who has let go of the problems. I'm someone who is pushing forward, and I'm someone who is going to make the things that I want truly happen. And if you connect to what I'm saying, and if you want to have an adventure with me, then keep looking out here, and I'll show you a lot more about what I'm capable of and how I might be able to help you get yourself out of your fears, your anxiety, your depression, your worries.